All right, so to crack this loose, we're gonna put our 21 right here. And we're actually gonna put a wrench right here for extra leverage. And we're gonna crank in both directions. So, right, there we go. I almost freaking ate it doing that, but okay. Then we're gonna count how many times it spins before it comes off. So make sure to keep count. That's 1, 20, 21, 22, 22 times. It came off in 22 spins. So that means when I put the new one on, it has to go on with 22 spins as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this jam nut out of the way. There we go. It does come with a, my Moog inner and outer tie rods do come with a new jam nut, so I'm gonna save that one regardless. Next up, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. And this one, we're just gonna give it a tug. And it should pop right off, just like that. We still gotta remove that one right there. I'm gonna grab some pliers, or not some pliers, but you know what I mean. There we go. Got my pliers right here. Give this a pull right about there. We're gonna give this a yank, just like that. Just like that. Maybe you won't fall like I did though. If you see any fluid, like a lot of fluid in there, that means your power steering rack is probably leaking. Mine's just filled with lube, so we're looking good over here. So next up, to take this out, you're gonna move this over there. You're gonna grab yourself some big channel locks. You're gonna break it loose. Okay, so I finally got it to crack. I just needed to find the right position on that because I was being stupid. But there we go. You're just gonna go ahead and spin this one off. Nice, get it out. And so you can see how it's literally freaking, it's all loose and stuff. We're just gonna get rid of that. And that's why I didn't do basketball. So we got our new one right here. Our new one alongside the red thread lock. So what we're gonna do is make sure my hands aren't dusty or anything. And it comes with a new jam nut as well, so that's cool. Put just a dab of thread lock right on the threads, obviously. Just about there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Gotta put the cap back on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start screwing it in by hand. Just gotta wait for those threads to catch. And there we go. We're just gonna go ahead and thread this one in. Gonna get it tight as frick, dude. That's tight. Gonna go ahead and put a little bit of anti-seize right here, just around where the boot is gonna be, and same over here. Gonna slide this over. Just gonna snap right in, right there. Make sure everything's nice and good. Yep. Cool. Or you're gonna go ahead and fasten that down with some fasteners, whether it be zip ties or the original clips that came on. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead. We got the jam nut on. We're gonna go ahead and put the outer tie, the outer tie rod on. But before we do that, I'm gonna open this bag right here. This right here is the cotter pin. This right here is a lube fitting, and that's gonna go on the bottom right here. Just gonna thread that on, and I'm gonna tighten it with a 6mm socket, or was it a 7? It was a 7. Gonna grab my little ratchet. That's not my ratchets. Those are not my ratchets, I mean. Doesn't have to be super tight. You don't want to snap it, obviously, but get it nice and snug. Just about there. There is good. All right, now that we got the fitting in, we're gonna go ahead and spin this on. The old one came off in 22 spins, so we're gonna count them that many spins to make sure it's also 22. 1, 2. I'm gonna put it right here. Nope, right here. And I believe this one is a 21 also. Psych, it's a 22. I believe this is also a 22. Psych, I'm gonna need my channel locks. Right here. There, now it's 22. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this on here as well. Just gonna slide that in. We're gonna put the new nut on it. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm sorry if you can't. We're gonna grab our gun and we're gonna absolutely bottom it out. There we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and put it to the right torque spec, which is 59 foot-pounds. So we're gonna go to 59 foot-pounds on our torque wrench. It's gonna take a second. Go ahead and torque this spec. There we go. And just to double check, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same to this side. There we go. All right, so now that we're down here and we already got the clamps on here, I just used some zip ties. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them off. That way they're not super long. Same over here and here. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do, hopefully you guys can see, is I'm gonna adjust the power steering rack so that I can get the bolts through. I already got this line in here. I'm actually gonna take it out. I was just test fitting that bolt just to make sure it was the right one, which it is. I'm gonna run this bolt through. I'm gonna thread this from the top. And there we go, it's catching the threads. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab the other one, which is right here, which I totally just dropped. This one's a little trickier to get just because there's so many lines in the way. I'm gonna move this just a tad. There we go. Really hard to see, but there we go. Now that we got that, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the bolt. Oh my God. It's like not comfortable at all. There we go. Nope, wrong gun. Here it is. And put an 18mm socket on it. Yep. Ow. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and torque these to spec. Go ahead and put this power steering line cable in. Now that this is torqued to spec, we gotta get this nut and bolt for the spindle to the lower control arm on. So we're gonna go ahead and go do that. So we're gonna go ahead and thread this through because we know it's already seated properly. And I'm going through the wrong way, aren't I? It's this way. Yep, it is that way. Might have to give it a couple love taps with the hammer to get it through. Nothing too crazy, you don't want to mess up the metal, but once you get that on, go ahead and put your gun on it. Make sure you got a couple threads so you're not stripping it. And then go ahead, torque that to the proper foot-pounds. And then torque spec for this one is 76 foot-pounds. There we go.